Hey everyone, this is my first art video that I'm making, and this one, my sketchbook is going to be in the background. Well, my first two sketchbooks or so, something like that. And while that's playing in the background, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've learned from art. Or at least things that I think have been really beneficial with learning art and getting into it and understanding it, all those kinds of things. So, I've compiled like a little small list of things that I think is really useful for anyone getting into art, beginners, stuff like that. Especially since I've been there. So the first one I have is is draw who you like or what you like, right? So let's say you really like this one specific artist. I know that when I first started out, I really liked Keenan Lafferty. He's a YouTuber and he makes art tutorials in Photoshop and stuff like that. And you'll see some of that in here. Some of his drawings I would try to recreate and, really try to understand why I liked them and, try to evolve my taste and stuff like that. And, yeah, that was really big, just not particularly tracing, obviously, but copying for sure. Or at least copying from something I would do. There's his right there. A good thing that I like to do is I would draw something from someone else from hand, let's say, and then I would go and take a picture of it, bring it to Photoshop, put the original over it, and see where I messed up, and then change it again, and do the same thing like 3 or 4 times until it was really, really close. And that's actually a really good way to learn somebody's style. So I don't really think that I have a particular style myself, but I think that it's definitely valuable to learn many different styles instead of just one. So that's a good one. There's other people I like to study, like Glenn Vilppu, and Preston Blair is another one I really like, and some of the old masters like Da Vinci and what's his name? Hang on. Ha! Oh no, Bridgman. I like to study him as well, and a few others, figure artists and things. It really depends. Loomis is a good one too. So that kind of brings me into the second one is study, right? Obviously, now there's a fine line, right? Because it's up to you, right? There's no set rule of you have to study 25% of the time, and the rest of the time you have to. It's up to you. So I like to study kind of like half and half. I like to imagination draw half the time, and then half the time draw from imagination. That's just personal preference, and whatever works for you is definitely the best bet. It's really up to you. So we have draw from what you like. So draw what you like. If you like drawing girls or like drawing anime or whatever, draw what you like. And then the second one is study, right? Study your taste, study what you like and who you like and all those things, and even try to copy. Now, there's another thing too is people are really afraid not just to trace. I would never condone, first off, let me just say, I would never condone tracing something and passing it off as your own. That's absolutely, without a doubt, unacceptable. However, if you're trying to learn someone's style and it's not going to be used for anything other than learning, I think that tracing can be useful. It's a tool, right? And obviously that tool can be abused. However, people are afraid to even use it as a tool. And I think it can be really useful to learn someone's style, figure out perspective, things like that, right? Using references, all that kinds of stuff. People are really afraid. So I think using references is another big one that people forget. It's really important. I use references all the time. Because here's the thing, right? There was even this thing, I know I'm tangenting a little, but there was this it was like a study, and people would try to draw a bike from imagination without having a reference or a picture of a bike. And a lot of them would get it wrong. Like, a lot of people would draw a bike incorrectly, wouldn't know how the parts fit together and the actual bike and stuff. But once they saw a picture of a bike, they could draw well, right? So having a reference is always good, but if you're drawing from imagination, you're not going to have that reference. So you study the material, and then you understand how to do it better from imagination. So it's just all about looking at a bike 400 times or whatever, and then you'll know how to draw a bike better. So it's very dependent on that. So we have those. Another one I would say is just draw a lot. I mean, it's gonna suck. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna go through a lot of things and think you're not good. Be hard on yourself, and I would try to avoid those things as the best you can. But it's definitely gonna happen. It happened to me. You know, I'd be like, oh man, my art sucks. I'm such a shit artist. All this, you know, it happens. The best thing you can do is keep moving forward and just learning and stuff. I watched another video about art from a different YouTuber, and he was talking about how people would look for inspiration all the time. People would try to like watch a movie, look at other people's art to find inspiration. But you never really do. And he talked about, instead of trying to find inspiration and then funneling it into one project, he likes to just experiment and make 40 drawings and then get ideas from those 40 drawings. Or there's also the alternative route of, you see a game, like Overwatch or something, was his example. You see Overwatch, and you could try to design a game like that, that's, you know, has an art style of that sort of thing. You know, study Blizzard. Blizzard has $1 bazillion. You'd be silly if you were an artist and you liked their art style and you didn't look at it and try to put it into your own work. But definitely when you study, I will say this, when you study, don't just study. And here's my failures coming up on screen. These are all my failed attempts. I wanted to show you guys the importance of failing over and over again. But yeah, when you're drawing, first off, you're gonna fail a lot. I forgot what I was saying originally. I'm sorry, but you're gonna fail a lot, for sure. And it's important not to get hard on yourself and all those types of things. But I don't know. Those are just a few examples of some art things, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed looking through my sketches, some of which are from other people. I don't really draw his style anymore. I look at other people, but you know, I think that developing your art style as an artist comes over time, and that you're slowly gonna take little bits and pieces from artists you like, maybe an eye from someone, a leg from someone else, a face from someone else, and you're gonna all smush them together, and that's gonna be your own art style, and it'll continue to develop. But thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, go check me out on Twitter and Instagram. I post a lot of art there, and yeah, tell me if you want more and all that stuff. See ya.